Okay, guys, I'm right back. I'm here, guys. Okay. That's when she looked at Juan and Henry. That's when Juan and Henry was holding their bottle of waters, and that's when she said, "You guys okay?" And that's when she said, "You guys can go out now. I just have to do the room service first." And that's when Juan and Henry said, "Okay." That's when they were walking outside. That's Madison's car right there. That's the moon. That's other buildings of hotels or business buildings around New York. And that's trees. That's when that's behind of Juan. And that's his water. He was holding it. That's when he looked it back. And that's when Madison was clicking her car. Her thumb was on the car. Her thumb was on the car keys to unlock the door. That was her car keys. She clicked it, and that's when her car did some noise after she clicked it. It did like this. And that's when she went up to the room service lady. That's when she said, "I'm here to replace my key. We're leaving out of this room. We're leaving today." That's when she said, "Okay, give me the keys." And that's when they got the keys. And that's when she said, "Okay, I'm leaving today." That's when she said, "Okay, have a safe driving, okay?" And it was raining in that day. It was raining. And that's when that's when Juan and Henry Juan was looking at on his phone. That's when he looked it. And that's when Henry looked at Juan, and that's when he did a little bit of he was clearing his throat. Henry was clearing his throat. That's when Madison was driving. The whole street was busy, full of cars, a little bit of traffic almost. That's her car in the middle, other random people's cars right there, and a semi-truck right there. Like, you see it right here, semi-truck right there. That's when Juan just did like this. That's when Henry turned his face away from Juan. Henry's face was a little bit disappointed. That's when Juan said, "God." He did another sigh. That's when he set his phone down. He was getting ready to sit there and just watch at the trees and all that, a part of the car window. And that's when the phone, over the sudden, it rang. Dun, 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 dun. It rang. And that's their dad calling them. He hasn't called them almost about 3.5 weeks. And that's when Henry was looking down, and that's when he said, "Oh." That's when he said, "Everyone, it's Dad." That's when Henry just said, "Oh," and that's when Henry said, "Oh yeah, it's Dad." That's when Juan pushed the button to do FaceTime. That's FaceTime, the noise. That's when he said, "Hey son." That's when he wants. That's the dad. He was saying, "Hey son." That's when Juan was saying, "Hey dad, what you guys doing?" That's when he said, "Nothing. We're just sitting in the bed." And that's when it said, "No, we're just sitting in the bed in our room." And that's when Juan's dad said, "Hey, sons, how come it looks like your guys is inside of a car?" it seems like it's in the back window. That's when he said, "No, you might be seeing me and Henry's in our room upstairs." That's when Must is assuming. That's when Juan said, "Hey, Dad, I have to tell you something real quick." Okay, guys, getting ready to turn off the video, doing another clip.